Great afternoon. Michael Huffman here, head football coach and physical education instructor at Bellevue West High School, just south of Omaha. Finishing up Teacher Toolbox 301, and once again, just did a fantastic job highlighting just a number of techniques and strategies that I can use to maximize my effectiveness as a leader of young people. I've been so thankful for this series over the years as I'm finishing up my last two classes. Just a quick thank you for all you have done for me. I'd like to focus on three areas today that I really think my eyes are open to maybe why we've been somewhat successful. And those areas are the power of storytelling, making all your students visible, and then the power of persuasion. I'm a big time storyteller, both to my football team and my health classes. In fact, oftentimes I struggle to get through some of the health lessons and get everything done that we're supposed to because I tell so many stories. I have a huge family. My wife has a huge family, all the way up from millionaires to people that got involved in drugs living in trailer parks. So there's just all kinds of things in between. And man, you hook these kids in with these stories, and man, they're up at the front of their desks and just can't wait to see what's going to happen. And it's funny, I'll get stopped in the hallways, and the kid will be all upset because I'm not their health teacher. There's a couple of us, and I say, well, you're probably getting through more of the curriculum than we are, and probably getting a better health education. And they're mad because they want to hear the stories. It really cracks me up. Football, I I tell stories. I believe it's Dennis Parker, possibly way back in the beginning of me taking these classes. And it started off just talking about different character, integrity, things like that. But I've taken it to, man, whatever's going on, whether it be current events in school, whether it be something I'm seeing in our team that I'm not really liking. And I tell stories about that. I'll find articles about professional players, whether it be football, basketball, maybe even rock stars or rappers. It doesn't really matter. And I'll tell them, one of them, Eric Thomas. I'm sure you've heard of him. The hip hop preacher tells a story about Beyonce. Not eating it and all this other stuff, and how bad you gotta want to breathe. But these kids, they'll listen to these stories, and I try to keep them quick because at the end of practice, they need to get showered and get home. But I think the art of storytelling is very, very powerful. Uh, One of the early lessons in the toolbox was from Jonathan Friesen about making the students visible, and man, it really struck a nerve with me. Long time believer in inclusion with special education students. Uh, I get a lot of them because I treat them like my other students, and the parents really like that. Some of the higher functioning special needs students I'd like to bring on as my student managers. But unlike a lot of places, man, I work them, man. They're setting up fields, they're taking down fields. And I've got a special kid right now. His name is Jose. And Jose will be going on his third year as my manager. The first year, I taught him how to read our practice schedule, how to run the scoreboard, and he actually sets up time segments on the scoreboard so we stay on time in practice. And it's really kind of cool. We've got a little sign language that we do for the press box to the field that only me and him know, and it's been awesome to keep everybody on time. Uh, he did play freshman football, but he's just a little rascal, and I just didn't feel safe, so he wanted to still be part of it. So that's why we got him into this. This last year as a junior, we taught him how to film, so he would film practice along with his scoreboard stuff, and so we deemed him the director of scoreboard operations and Thunderbird Vision. And it's just hilarious. This, going into his third and final year, senior year, we've got two boys that he's going to be training. So he's actually going to be their boss, and he's so pumped and so proud. We treat those guys the same. They're in our team meals. They get the team gear. They do all that stuff. And we won state last year, and we got rings. And instead of putting his name on his ring, Jose put the initials DSO, which stands for the Director of Scoreboard Operations. And that nearly had me teared up as those came in and I was handing them out. So it's awesome that he feels so much pride of being part of our program. And I've actually told him and his parents if he goes to the community college here or sticks around, I would love to have him post graduation because he's done such a good job. The final area I'm going to talk about today is the power of persuasion. My wife always jokes that I'm a very persuasive human being, and watching the video, I feel that maybe she's right because a lot of these things are things that I try to do. I try super hard to show people how they will feel and how awesome it will be if they're part of our football program. Across the country, numbers are down, ours are not. I sell them on the fun that we're going to have, and the camaraderie that we're going to have, and how hard, and you work so hard together, it's hard to give up. It's hard to not do your best. We blare music. We have 4 jerseys. We have 3 bottoms. We have oversized helmet decals. We've been super successful. In 2015, we went 11-1, set state scoring records, only to be broken this year by our team. And we went 13-0 and won a state title. I tell the kids, you put in the work, you're going to be successful. We say, you live with heat, which is heart, effort, attitude, and toughness. You're going to live as champions. And the proof's been in the pudding. We've had 17 first-team All-Staters in 4 years because, of what we do out there and how we go about it. So I feel that, we do a good job of showing them how they're going to feel if they're part of our program and what it's going to do for them. Feel super strong about my credibility. I'm a very honest human being. And in fact, it's the most important thing to me, my character. I'm not going to do things wrong, and I'm going to be that person every day. And I've spent a lot of time trying to improve on being more empathetic, and in this case, it said caring. And I'd say probably over the last 5 years, it's been a focus of mine, and really listening to the kids that are coming up versus those my way or the highway. And I don't think it's any coincidence that over the last 5 years we've had the best, at least in my coaching career, the best run of success. Obviously culminating with the 2016 state championship. Comparison is also another way that I've done it. When I first got to Bellevue West, I was comparing us to the Millard North, the Omaha Norths of the world, how they were doing things to sell the off season and how hard we were working. Nowadays, I don't have to compare to other programs because I compare within ours with that 2015 and 2016 groups. And the boys that we have right now don't want to be the group of kids to let it slide. So these guys are doing a really good job. It only takes a couple sentences or a couple stern looks to get them going the way they need to go to get them back on track for us to be successful. In conclusion, really enjoyed the Teacher Toolbox 301. Look forward to continuing my storytelling, making the kids feel visible, and excelling in the art of persuasion in an attempt to keep Bellevue West football at the top in the state of Nebraska. Thanks again, guys. Talk to you soon.